Welcome everyone. This is a gentle and straightforward flow today. There have been numerous times in the past where I was feeling out of shape, but I was still practicing yoga. But it typically involved gentle flows and slowing down. I've been practicing yoga for over 6 years and teaching yoga for 3 years. And one thing that I found with yoga practice is sometimes you need gentle yoga, or even a slower paced style of yoga like restorative or yin. Typically a great indicator of what kind of practice you may need is taking a few moments and noticing how you feel. Notice how your body feels. I would recommend a blanket for support today. You can use this for support underneath your knees during your practice. It could be a yoga blanket or even a simple regular blanket that you have at home. We'll begin in a supine pose with constructive rest. Lying on your back with ease and control. Bringing your feet onto the edges of the mat. Knock your knees in gently together, and then maybe your left hand on your heart, right hand on your navel, or your arms out to a T or overhead, anywhere that's comfortable. Allow yourself a few moments to feel situated on your mat. We're gonna spend a few moments here today grounding, a few moments here to check in with your breath. During your practice today, if you need to pause at any moment, please do so. You can pause just lying down on your mat, moving into a child's pose or Savasana. Allow yourself a few moments here to focus on your breath. Focus on each inhale and each exhale. Notice how your breath is flowing on this day. Feel each inhale and feel each exhale. After you've had a few moments to focus on your breath, bring your awareness to your body lying on the mat. You might conduct a body scan here, maybe starting at your feet or the crown of your head, allowing yourself a few moments to scan through, noticing how your body feels on this day. After you've had a few moments to scan through and check in on your body, bring your awareness back to your breath. Throughout your practice today, if you feel your mind wandering, keep returning to your breath. Keep returning to each inhale and each exhale. And keep noticing your breath and how it feels. And on your next inhale, we'll move into Appanasana seat pose. Knees in towards your front body, hands on top of your shins, giving yourself a gentle squeeze here. And a few moments here to find some natural movement, sahaja, maybe rocking side to side, massaging your lower back, maybe flexing your toes, maybe making circles with your knees on the ceiling. Again, a few moments to simply find any movement that's calling to you. And on your next exhale, we'll move into one-legged wind-removing pose. You extend your right foot out towards the edge of the mat, and then hands on top of your left shin, and then gently guide your left leg outside your left ribs towards your left shoulder and hold. Maybe a few moments here for movement as well. Again, maybe making circles with your ankle. Maybe finding some movement with your leg and your hip. All the while continuing to breathe. Steady inhales and steady exhales. After you've had a few moments for movement, finding stillness. If you're looking for a little bit more engagement here, working towards pulling your left leg in towards your left shoulder. Again, outside your left ribs here. One more round of breath. And on your next inhale, returning to the Appanasana seat pose. Another gentle squeeze here. And then exhale, one-legged wind-removing pose on the other side. Extend your left foot out towards the edge of the mat, hands on top of your right shin. Gently guiding your right leg outside your ribs towards your right shoulder. A few moments here for natural movement again. Maybe making circles with your leg. Feeling some sensation in your hip. And then as you feel ready, finding stillness. And again, an option to intensify the stretch here, imagine pulling your right knee towards your right shoulder. If you feel comfortable where you are, that's great. If you like a little bit more intensity, again, option to pull your right knee towards your right shoulder. Continuing to breathe. Keeping your breath flowing. And on your next inhale, Appanasana seat pose. One more gentle squeeze here. And on your next exhale, rolling to one side of your mat. And slowly pressing up into a tabletop pose. If you have your blanket available, again, I would use it here for support, for underneath your knees. There's going to be a lot of work today in tabletop, so again, using that blanket for support underneath your knees. And moving into tabletop pose, stacking shoulders over wrists and hips over knees. Your toes can be tucked here or untucked. Again, we're going to be doing a lot of work from tabletop today, so you might try tucking your toes here. And then as you feel situated in this shape, we'll move through a cow-cat flow. On your next inhale, cow pose, drop your navel, bring your gaze up towards the sky. And then exhale, cat, chin to chest, rounding your spine here. And inhale, cow pose, working towards broadening through your collarbones. And then exhale, cat, pressing down through your hands around your spine. And inhale, cow pose. And exhale, cat. And inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. With your next few breaths, you can continue with cow-cat flow or a few moments here for natural movement. Sahaja, maybe rocking side to side, maybe front to back. Again, a few moments here warming up how you need to. And that may look different from a practice on another day, and that's okay. And as you feel balanced, returning to a neutral tabletop. One round of breath here. One inhale and one exhale. And on your next inhale, extending your right toes behind you. And then exhale, tabletop. And inhale, right foot back. And exhale, tabletop. And one more, inhale, right toes back. And then hold and breathe. Keeping your breath flowing here. Maybe a few moments here to feel out this shape, pressing your toes into the mat, pressing your heel back. Energetically pressing down with your hands into the ground. And then hold and breathe. Stay with each inhale, stay with each exhale. And on your next exhale, returning to a neutral tabletop. Moving on to the other side. Inhale, extend your left toes back. And exhale, returning to tabletop. And inhale, left foot back. And exhale, tabletop. One more, inhale, left foot back. And again, a few moments here, maybe find some natural movement, feeling out this shape. And then as you feel situated, energetically pressing your heel towards the back edge of your mat. Energetically press your hands into the ground and breathe. Feeling your breath flow in this shape with this engagement. And on your next exhale, returning to a neutral tabletop. One round of breath here. We'll continue to stay in this neutral tabletop. One more round of breath here. And on your next inhale, bring your right knee to hover. Look over your right shoulder. And then exhale, neutral tabletop. And inhale, right knee to hover. And exhale, tabletop. One more, inhale, right knee to hover and hold. Continuing to look at your knee. Energetically press into your hands. One more round of breath here. And then exhale, returning to that neutral tabletop. Moving on to the other side. Inhale, left knee to hover, gaze over your left shoulder. And exhale, tabletop. And inhale, left knee to hover. And exhale, tabletop. And one more, inhale, hover and hold. And breathe. Only a few rounds of breath here. And then exhale, returning to that neutral tabletop. Maybe a few moments here for natural movement. Maybe finding movement side to side. And on your next inhale, right knee to hover, gaze over your right shoulder. And then exhale, bringing your right foot outside the left edge of your mat. Planting your toes. And then inhale, right knee to hover. And exhale back, gazing over your left shoulder. And inhale, right knee to hover. And then exhale, planting your toes and holding. Gazing over your left shoulder. Energetically press your toes into the ground. Energetically squeeze your legs in towards each other. Energetically press your hands into the ground and breathe. Only a few rounds of breath here. And on your next inhale, right knee to hover. And exhale, returning to that neutral tabletop. Moving on to the other side. Inhale, left knee to hover, gaze over your left shoulder. And then exhale, bring your lifted foot outside the right edge of your mat, gaze over your right shoulder. And inhale, left knee to hover. And exhale to the right. And inhale, hover. Last one. Exhale to the right and hold. Energetically press into your toes. Squeeze your legs in towards each other. Press into your hands and breathe. Keeping your breath flowing here. Stay with each inhale, stay with each exhale. And on your next inhale, return your knee to hover. And exhale, returning to that neutral tabletop. We got a few moments here for natural movement. Maybe that's rocking side to side. Find any movement that's calling to you. And then as you feel ready, we'll move into a devotional pose, a wide-legged child's pose. If you bring your big toes to touch in the middle of the mat and your knees out wide, and then lowering your front body down, bringing your arms out in front and your forehead down to the ground. Again, a moment of pause here, a few moments to reconnect with your breath. And then as you feel ready, moving back up into that neutral tabletop. Again, a few moments here to feel out this shape, noticing how you feel. Keeping your breath flowing. Keep noticing your breath. And then as you feel ready, again, returning to that neutral tabletop, stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. You may want your toes tucked here again. And on your next exhale, walking your hands towards your legs. And then inhale, moving up into a high kneeling pose. Hands on your hips here. A few moments here to kind of feel out this shape. Working towards finding engagement in your hips, and while keeping your gaze forward. On your next inhale, bring your arms up high. And then exhale, lowering your arms along your sides. And inhale, arms up. And exhale, lower. And then inhale, up and hold and breathe. Again, still working towards that hip engagement. Imagine pressing your hips forward. Energetically pressing energy through your fingers towards the sky. Keeping your breath flowing here, only a few more rounds. And exhale, lower. A few moments to shake out your arms here. We'll go through one more arm series. Bringing your palms out to touch in front. On your next inhale, arms out wide, keeping your gaze forward. And then exhale, squeeze, palms to touch. And inhale, arms out wide. And exhale, squeeze. One more, inhale, open your arms out wide and hold and breathe. Imagine energetically pressing energy through your fingers to the sides. Keeping your hips engaged, pressing forward. And breathe. A few more rounds of breath here. And on your next exhale, palms to touch. You can lower your arms along your sides. A few moments here to shake it out. And on your next exhale, returning to that neutral tabletop. And we'll move into that devotional pose again. Big toes to touch in the middle of the mat and knees out wide. Lowering your front body down, bringing your forehead down to the mat. Using this as a moment of pause, a few moments here to reconnect with your breath. And as you feel ready, returning to that neutral tabletop. And swivel your legs out from underneath you. You can keep the blanket for support underneath your seat. We're just going to move through a brief cool down, moving through a few seated forward folds, sitting Sukhasana or easy seat here. We're going to inhale, arms up high, gaze towards the sky, and then exhale, folding forward, only going out as far as you need, relaxing your hands, your arms, your head, and your neck. A few rounds of breath here, allowing the energy and effort to dissipate. And on your next exhale, walking your hands towards your legs. And then inhale, arms up high. And finding a gentle twist towards your right knee. And exhale, folding over, hands resting out. Only going as far as you need here. And then relax your arms, relax your head and your neck. A few rounds of breath here. And on your next exhale, walking your hands towards your legs. And inhale, arms up high, gaze towards the sky. And finding a gentle twist towards your left knee. And exhale, folding over, hands and arms resting out. Only reaching out as far as you need here, and then relaxing your head and your neck. A few rounds of breath here. And on your next exhale, walking your hands towards your legs. Then inhale, arms up high, gaze towards the sky. And then exhale, hands to heart center, one round of breath here. And then as you feel ready, we'll lower onto our backs here. You may like the blanket for support behind your head here, or you can keep it for support beneath your seat. Again, with ease and control, lowering down onto your back. We'll move through a windshield wiper flow. If you bring your arms out to a T, overhead, or even on your front body, wherever is comfortable. And on your next exhale, windshield wiper flow, drop your knees to the right. And inhale, return your knees to center. And exhale to the left. And inhale, center. And then going through that motion with your own breath, working to match breath to movement. Moving with ease. Taking as much time as you need between each side. And noticing your breath. Notice how your breath feels. And the next time you're on the right side, go ahead and hold and breathe. If your arms are on your front body here, it might feel comfortable to bring your arms out to a T here. And on your next inhale, return your knees to center. And exhale to the left and hold. Allowing the energy and effort to dissipate. Starting to find ease here. And then finding any final movements you may need here, maybe Apanasana, seat pose, maybe a full body stretch. Finding any movement that's calling to you. And then as you feel ready, we'll move into final Savasana. Bring your feet and your legs out long, your arms along your sides, palms facing up. Take up as much space as you need on or off your mat. This is your time to rest and relax, your time to release all effort, all energy. And as you feel situated for stillness, take one more deep inhale. And exhale, let it all go. I'll call you out when it's time. And allow yourself another moment to connect with your breath. Each inhale and each exhale. Allow yourself another moment to feel your breath. And then as you feel ready, finding gentle movement in your fingers, your toes, your wrists, your ankles. Option to find a full body stretch or any other movement calling to you. And then as you feel ready, rolling onto either side of your mat, moving up into a comfortable seat. Thanks y'all for finding a few moments to work through this gentle flow and also connecting with your body and breath in a meaningful way. Take care.